Good morning everyone. So today we are continuing with our chapter, that is communication skills, and hope we will be binding it by the next lecture, that is the coming lecture. By Friday we will be able to complete the chapter. So class, today I have provided you one PDF of the question answers, that is of worksheet. The worksheet is covering each and every question from the book itself, that is your new book. Each and every question and answer is over there. Each and every important and question answer is over there. You only have to write the question and answer in your notebook. You don't have to write anything from the video lecture. Okay, so let's begin. Yes class, so our communication skills chapter is divided into overall 10 sessions. The first one is meaning of communication, the second one is verbal communication, the third one is non-verbal communication, fourth one is writing skills, that is parts of speech, fifth one is writing skills, sentences, pronunciation basics, greetings and introductions, talking about self, and session 9 and 10 both are covering the question answers part. So there is no need to do session 9 and 10 because I will be covering them in a PDF form. Till session 8 we will be doing. And class, I am consulting the new book only. So when I showed you the contents of the chapter, I just showed it from the old book because those were the main contents of the chapter. Now we are starting off from the new book. Many of the topics are covered in our slides previously, so there is no need to revise them again. So class, today we are just discussing all the leftover topics which we have not completed, that is the leftover short topics that we have not completed from the chapter, and we are binding up the chapter today itself. Okay, so let's see now. Yes class, so the first leftover topic we have not completed is importance of communication. So what do we mean by the importance of communication? If you are just communicating with any type of person, then it is very necessary for that particular person, that is the receiver, to understand your language, that what you are sending to him or her. Okay, if your language is not proper, then you cannot send anything to a particular receiver. Okay, so there are some roles that are required. The first one is creates mutual trust and confidence. Like if you are communicating with the friend, okay, so he or she will only tell you about the things which are important if you are having a proper trust that a person will not leak your important matter that you are conveying to that person. Okay, if you are not having the trust, then he or she will not tell you about the things that are necessary. Okay, the second one is it makes planning easier. If the communication, if you are just communicating with a person, then by oral communication or by written communication, then it is it makes the things very easy, like by by using different gestures and postures or different languages, you can easily convey the language. The third one is motivates. Communication just helps you in motivating the different things. For example, if you want to share your ideas for any type of thing, any type of project, presentation or competition, you can do so with effective skills. Like if you want to make a proper presentation of different things, then it is very necessary that with the help of communication you can easily do that. Motivated team members are always more productive. If you are just having a proper team of a motivational type of persons including the team, then your project becomes a successful one. Okay, the next one is a source of information. You may be required to present facts or information to someone. For example, communicating the syllabus of a subject to a friend. Like if you are communicating with someone, then you can easily tell about the different things that are more necessary about that particular thing. The next one is gives confidence and positive attitude. If you are communicating with a person, then by by communicating, if the person standing before us is a type of a positive person, then a positive attitude is created over there. Like if he or she is listening to you properly and he is not arguing with you over the communication, then it just becomes a proper communication. So a positive attitude is created over there. And how a confidence is generated over there? If the person who is listening to you is continuously focusing on the words what you are saying, then you will be just able to just convey the messages properly. If the person standing before you is continuously arguing with you, then you will not be able to convey your message properly. Sixth one is influences. How it helps you in influencing? For example, negotiating with a shopkeeper to reduce the price of an item. So by the help of communication, you can easily negotiate any type of price. You can easily convey the messages to the receiver that is standing before you. Like if you goes to a shop and you buy something and you think that particular thing is very costly, then you just ask the shopkeeper to reduce the price. Okay, so by the help of communication only you can influence a particular person who is standing before us. Okay, seventh one is helps in expressing your emotions. Like with the help of communication, you can easily express your different type of emotions which are there in a communication. Okay. The next topic is elements of communication. We have done already. There is no need to do it again. You have to study that elements only that I have given you in the notes. Okay, because these elements are very long one. Now the next is perspective in communication. We have already done the perspective in communication, but then also there are some factors left that we have to revise. Okay. The first one is the first factor that affects the perspective in communication is language. So in case of using, for example, in speech in English may not be understood by many people, there is always a possibility of misunderstanding the feelings of a sender of the message. Like what type of language you are using to a receiver to send a different messages, to convey your message to the receiver. That is very important because words matters a lot. So your language also matters a lot by conveying the different type of information. The next one is what we see with your eyes is not always the same. Like many things we think that they are true, but when we just goes in the deep to that thing, then we realize that these things are not true. Okay, so there is a visual type of perception created over there. The next one is past experience. If you are having a past experience with the proper thing, like if you are scolded by a teacher, your teacher continuously from the past, then your image just becomes dull in front of a particular teacher. Like if you have been scolded continuously by your teacher from so many years, so that teacher will have a very dull image of yours in his or her mind. Okay, so this is known as past experience. Now prejudice. If one is prejudiced against someone, he or she becomes defensive and responds in manner. For example, if you are using any different type of ideas of a person, like person's ability to make a new ideas, people with closed minds do not make it in any information. Like if you are dealing with a introvert type of person, like not having a much language about things, so your ideas will not be easily conveyed by that particular thing. Okay. The next one is feelings. If the things you are mattering, if your feelings are true to a person, if you are conveying a proper message to the receiver and you want that it should be generated in a proper way, it should be conveyed in a proper way, then if you are having a true or positive feelings to convey that message in a good way, then your message is easily conveyed to that person. The next one is mechanical barriers. We have done already. We are revising it again. like emails, fax machines, pagers, cell phones. These all can create a mechanical type of barrier. Like these are all type of machines only. Fax machines, pagers, cell phones. These all can create a mechanical type of barrier in just communicating with any type of person. Personal factors, it just includes your feelings. We have already done. Okay, 7 C's we have already done. All the things we have already done. We have done them. Clear, makes easy to understand, concise, to the point, that is exact thing. Concrete, facts and figures. Correct use of grammar, no grammatical mistakes should be there. Coherent, logical and smooth. Your language should be smooth and proper so that the receiver can understand it. Complete, it includes all required information. No shortcut should be there in writing any type of language. Courteous, being polite and friendly. Your nature should be polite and friendly. Okay, so these are all the 7 C's. Now see the practical exercises, that is activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, activity 4 we will not be doing. Okay, also in the self-assessment part that is there in the book, MCQs we will be doing on the later basis. We will and the match the following also we will be doing on later basis. In the PDF form, students listen carefully, in the PDF form I will be only providing the question and answers, okay, of a particular question. MCQs and matchups we will be doing on later on basis when the school gets reopens. Okay, because this is an exercise that needs to be discussed. That is, this is not the exercise that I should provide you directly the answer. This exercise is need to be discussed. So we will be doing only the written part that I will be providing to you, that is short answer type questions and different question and answers in the form of PDF. Okay, the next session is verbal communication. We have already done. Forms of communication, verbal I have already taught. There are 2 types of communication, oral and written. We have also done the advantages of oral communication as well as the disadvantage of oral and written both. Okay, now we are coming up to non-verbal communication. So sign language, that we just use the different type of gestures and postures. Okay, and body language, that how you walk, how you talk to someone. This is a type of body language. Now sign language is again divided into 2: visual signs and audio signs. Visual signs are the signs which we are able to see them. Okay, and audio signs are the signs which we are able to listen properly. Okay, so these are known as the audio signs. The first topic is verbal communication. We have already done oral communication, written communication. Oral or spoken communication we have already done. Written communication we have already done. Advantages and disadvantages of verbal communication we have already done. There is no need to read it again. Now there is one more topic that is there, that is handling stage fright. So stage fright means that that if you are going to a stage to speak something, okay, then obviously many students many persons have a stage fright. So how to handle the stage fright, there are different points. Okay, the first one is concrete on the 3 P's, that is prepare, practice and perform. If you want to give a proper speech presentation, so you have to just prepare it, you have to just practice, you have to just speak that thing again and again, and you have to just perform the different facts and figures so that your speech becomes a proper one. Set practical goals. Set goals that are realistic. Like if you want to speak something, if you want to give a speech on stage, then you have to set a practical goals over there. Like before going, you have to practice each and everything again and again so that your speech becomes proper. The next one is no negative thoughts. In your speech, there should be no negative thoughts, so that it becomes a very good type of speech, and it becomes a very strong and easily be understood by the listeners who are standing in front of you. Okay. The next one is begin the presentation with a pause. Like before telling about the topic, just give a pause and then speak the whole presentation or your speech. Okay. Don't be fast when you are giving your speech. Then you should not speak very fastly. You should give a break in between, so that each and every point you are speaking is just focused by the listeners. Okay. The next one is learn and practice stress reduction techniques. Like before going to stage, many people have a stage fear. So you have to learn the things, that is learn the speech or the presentation properly and practice stress reduction techniques, so that your stage fright is not there. Now what are the different some stress reduction techniques? There are some stress reduction techniques over there. The first one is stage 1. Place the tip. The first one is breathing exercise. How your breathing is done properly. The first one is stage 1. Place the tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper from teeth and keep it there through the entire exercise. So this is a stage 1. These are all the different exercises that you should do for handling the stage fright or different type of stress reduction techniques. Okay. The second one is exhale completely through your mouth. First you should inhale by putting your hands on your nose and all. Then you have to exhale. The third one is close your mouth and inhale quietly. The next one is hold your breath for a count of 7. And the last one is exhale completely through your mouth. Okay. The second one is positive self-talk. Like you have not seen the movie Three Idiots. In that movie, there the Aamir Khan just always used to say all is well, all is well. So this is a type of positive self-talk. It just helps you in generating a positive attitude in yourself, so that before going on a stage, you can just have a proper positive self-talk to yourself, and you can just perform properly on stage. Okay. Emergency stress relievers. So in emergency stress reliever, this is a type of reliever only. This is a type of exercise only. So when many situations comes when you just want to relieve your stress over there, so just perform that different type of exercises over there, and you can easily relieve your stress. So how to just remove the stress? The first one is start counting to 15 before you speak. The next one is take 4 to 5 deep breaths. The next one is walk away from the stressful situation. Go for walk. Don't afraid. The next one is set your watch 5 to 10 minutes. The next one is break down big problem. And next one is meditate for a while. Now relaxing methods. How to relax? You should sit on different like sit in a relaxed position. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself in a calm place. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe slowly for 10 minutes and try to take at least 5 to 10 minutes every day to deep breathing. So these are all the relaxing methods. There is no need to just explain anything, because they are easy to see and easy to understand only. Okay. So again, the practice exercise is there. We will not be doing it. Activity 2, activity 3, self-assessment, MCQs we will not be doing. After the school gets reopens, we will start up with the MCQ part. Now short answer questions. The short answer questions or MCQs in that match up the following we'll discuss at the last of the chapter. First of all, we will be doing the theoretical part answers. Okay. Non-verbal communication we have already done. So class, that's all for today. From tomorrow we will be binding up the chapter as the time is exceeding, so I cannot just tell you the different things now anymore. So tomorrow I will be just bind up the chapter. So and today I will be providing you the PDF. I have provided you the PDF. You have to do all the questions in from that PDF. You have to write the question as well as the answer. Also, you don't have to write anything from the video lecture. Only you have to write the question answers from the PDF form. Okay. Thank you, students. Hope you have understood each and every topic. So just revise all the topics that I have taught to you today. Okay.